You
Y'all
there?
me?
Okay. Yes.
You know.
Child, I am just coming back to the light of day. Y'all know I've been struggling.
Walk into the light, E. We know we got you, boo. We got you.
Oh,
E, we've been
How
up here
are you
cutting up.
though?
We've been cutting up this morning.
We
how
have. It's been a lot
late?
going on.
Y'all look like y'all been getting going in.
We've been talking about butt plugs and
Oh, wow.
threesomes.
Threesomes and who got
Um,
to first?
mhm.
Well, I'm not
It's
surprised with the subject at hand, so let's get into it.
we
Okay, do you
own.
want us to give you a little quick recap of what was in the first 7 chapters of the book?
Oh, damn. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
so
very small chapters. Go ahead. Go ahead,
they were
Peyton.
very quick. They were very, very quick, like maybe 3 pages long, if that. But so we learned that allegedly in the book, it was stated that Jay Z and P Diddy slept together. That
And Clyde.
Tupac and Tupac and Kim Porter slept together, but
Facts.
P Diddy wanted Tupac to sleep with him as well. He refused,
He
which
wanted
is
to
why.
compare penises. Let's not move past that, Payday.
Yes, he wanted to know who could sex her better, who had the biggest, and he was about to, pull it out. Okay. Um, Tupac did not like that. He refused, and he did not want to be no parts of it. So, P Diddy was the one allegedly that sent the shot to him at the studio. Um, we learned it from the book that Kim Porter knew that Clive and P Diddy were sleeping together. When she mentioned it, that was the first time that P Diddy put hands on her. Brenda, fill in whatever I'm leaving out.
Okay. So we said Clyde Diva, Jay Z. She said that she never slept with Jay Z. It was just Puff and Jay Z had their little sexual whatever together. But Jay Z was also with the get rid of Pac. He wanted him going too because he wanted to be in that place. So it was the takedowns with the Jay Z because he wasn't Hova at that time and he was just Sean Carter. Um, so they all were kind of participating, quote unquote. And we listen, this is just based on the book, y'all. We don't know anything of this to be true, okay? So they both were involved in that. And we know that Tupac lost a testicle, okay, during the shooting, and they saw him come down in the elevator. He stopped on their floor. They saw him in a pool of blood. They did not help him, but he did survive. Um, we talked about Albie Shore and all three of them having a threesome. So Albie Shore and P. Diddy had also been intimate with each other. And then they had a threesome with Kim. Oh, Jesus. So much sex and perversion and
Yes, we also found out that Biggie and Tupac were in talks of doing a label together, but Jay Z, who was Sean Carter at the time, went and ratted them out to Diddy.
thank you, Young Reyes. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are a part of this. I feel like did we talk about somebody else? Let me quickly run through this.
And we also listened to Suge Knight's interview that he had with
Yes.
Homo. It was like a 9 minute long video. He spilled a little tea. We gave commentary on that, and then now we're listening to Tisa Tales and Gene Deal's most recent interview. So
Hey
far,
D.
Hey, Miss
so
D.
far,
Yes.
he has
This interview has been good too. So Gene Deal, who feels like he's the holy grail, and like I was telling Payday, I take everything Gene says with a grain of salt because a lot of people feel that Gene should have came out and started talking a whole lot, much more before. Hey, Shawanda, I see everybody. Salute to everybody coming in the building. Um, but Gene was never behind the scenes. He wasn't at the orgies and these sex parties, right? He may have been with them in a sex store, picking up butt plugs or whatever, or seeing them pick up butt plugs, but he wasn't really there behind the scenes. So he gives you a generalized view of some of the crazy shit that happened, but he can't really tell us everything,
fact.
like, yeah, so we appreciate Gene, but
not only that, but a lot of things weren't said or done in front of Gene. What we've been learning is Diddy knows who and how to act around, depending on who he's around and who he's talking to.
Right. A whole conglomerate. Right. Facts.
Yeah. And so far in this interview, he has spoke on P. Diddy slapping his mom. He has spoke on the city college situation, how many people died, how they died, why. He spoke on the pill addiction. He also said that P. Diddy and Kim Porter got into an altercation, and Kim Porter did not appreciate him putting his hands on her, so she went Indian on him. You know what
the Navajo, right, rose up in her.
Navajo on him, and the slicing, I think his arm almost cut a main artery. He ended up having to take pain pills for that, and ended up getting addicted to them. Yeah. Oh, also in the book we learned that allegedly Mary J and P. Diddy
right.
threesome.
Yes. Yeah. Mary J. has has spoken very briefly, and Mary J said that his parties were part of like the initiation, which is crazy to me, right? Like it's scary.
Why is it crazy?
So she slept with P. Diddy first, and then they later had a threesome with him.
While it's crazy to me, because I feel like what people will do to be in this business. Yeah, in that respect. I think I'm not anything that comes out. I don't think I would be shocked by anything that's happening because it's already so sick. And the level of perversions are unhindered because their money, they got money and power until they didn't, right? Because I don't think that he felt like he was gonna ever be in a place where he had to answer to anybody.
Okay.
You might want to check out Jaguar Wright's interview. She has a lot of insight. She really feels
listen to Jaguar Wright. She definitely has a lot of insight. She has definitely talked about all of this before it ever came out. Before anybody was really talking about it, she was the one that was exposing everything. She has always said that her true target is Clive Davis, but she said there's some steps she got to go through before she get up to him. But she has been very vocal about the things that she has seen and witnessed in the industry. I don't sleep on Orlando Brown either. Although Orlando Brown talks about his head a lot and he mixed it in with a lot of craziness, I feel like that's how he protects himself. Because I think that he's just crazy, right?
The industry made him. I think he's another victim of the industry, right? From being a child actor. And so I think sometimes like he's a little off the beaten path, but I think he speaks a lot of truth.
And here's the thing, you know, even aside from the industry, just regular people, right? Everybody always calls the truth tellers crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they want to stay comfortable in their delusions. Now, from being an artist and being around, right? Because I've been around the music since I was born. Like, y'all know my daddy a musician too. I'm not surprised at none of these things because I've done been approached. You know what I'm saying? I know so many people that have been approached, and they go after people that come from either nothing or came from the church because they be so, you know, we be so ready to get away from the church people. You want that career so bad. It's a lot of people that's willing to do anything to get their families out of their certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So you know, people think strange for change. Period.
Right.
Yeah, that's facts. And like I said, I really think that that's how he protects himself. When he, you know, mix in all that crazy stuff, he know that the higher ups is just gonna, you know, play it off to being like, y'all listen to anything he has to say, like he's crazy, you know, blah, blah, blah. But if you listen real close, it's different little pieces that you can take from what he says that you can tell he knows for a fact.
That's facts, Payday. Also, you know, the powers that be, evil always has to tell you what's going on so they can say that they told you. Now, they mix it up and try to play it off like jokes or certain people crazy. But one thing about Orlando and Jaguar, ain't nobody never took them to court for slander. Ain't nobody never took them to court for defamation. Nope. Ain't nobody never took them to court for damages.
Not even a cease and desist, okay?
Okay.
That's facts. That's big facts. So do you want to comment on anything else? Dealing with the details of the book that we said
I
before.
absolutely do. Okay, so I was just passionate, like, I know Brenda want to be safe. Listen, but listen, the galaxy over there, we know this stuff is true. Okay, the stuff have been out for the longest, right? And I'm not gonna get off topic for today because we gonna be back with many more episodes. But um, it was crazy to me is that people are acting so surprised when we've talked about all of these things before. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really is new information. It's just regurgitated and it's really a distraction. But we'll get to the distraction later on in other episodes because I just feel like why y'all going at people one by one? Just go ahead and take the whole little group down because y'all all was part of the shit. Didn't know one man.
People gonna still be protected for a little while until they can't keep their lid on it anymore.
Yeah.
One by one, and they went and put got Mayor Adams right in there, chucked him right in there. Don't think that this is separate and apart. All of this stuff is related, very much related, because they've been looking.
Seeing all these CEOs that are stepping down.
Right.
So many CEOs stepping down, past the stepping down. Y'all see T.D. Jakes' ass.
Yeah, everybody is going into early retirement and some more shit.
Yes, they
Jakes is another one
for so many years. You know what I'm
saying? Yep. Cynical one, salute.
Hey, cynical one.
Okay, y'all want me to?
At all? I'm just like.
I'm not surprised either, honestly. Like, I'm not surprised by anything I hear that goes on in the industry. Yeah. I know that it takes place, and it's stranger than we even know. It's stranger than we've even ever heard. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just don't put nothing past these people, especially if they have amassed like great fortune and fame.
This is my question though. Why is it always mad day? You know what I'm saying? Why is it always you want to tell on everybody when you get caught, but you was good and comfortable at all these parties? You know what I'm saying? People don't ever want to tell what's going on till they get caught, they get buzzed.
They all had dirt on each other.
But when you benefit from it, people don't care. See? Mm-hmm. When they would benefit from it, it was okay until it wasn't. Like when it was no more of a benefit, and that's how you know when people using you, right? When you know more benefit of you, then it's like, oh, we telling everything. We no ground in you.
But they all made sure that they all had dirt on each other, which is why none of this was coming out. It's like I have to protect you to protect myself. But if I do end up going down and I don't get the type of support I feel like I need from y'all, or if I'm salty about me going down by myself, now I want all of y'all to go down too, and that's when we have Mad Day, in my opinion.
Auntie P. This lady is
not anointed, but
yeah, like they said, it's known that 2024 is the year of exposure. You know what I'm saying? And now it's time for people to pay for the things they've done, and that's not just the industry. That's worldwide going on.
Right.
It is like it's so much being exposed. Like 2024 is definitely the year of exposure for sure. Whatever has been hidden, it has been coming out. Okay. But if nobody thinks that it's weird that him and Usher was sleeping in the same bed when Usher was, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, and they was, wrestling over cereal and cereal boxes and food, like I knew back then, like. Child, listen, if that's not strange to you, and that's coming clean out of their mouth, that's coming out of Usher mouth, and that's coming out of P. Diddy mouth. So
before we go on, as a parent, you know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about these parents? You know what I'm saying? These kids couldn't be in these positions without these parents.
Negligent.
I feel like that in the R. Kelly case, in this case, in the Epstein case, in Michael Jackson's case, whether we don't even know what the hell happened, but a lot of times these kids were sold to these people.
Yep.
Basically, like, okay, well, if you're gonna elevate their career and we're gonna, have money off of it and gain money off of it, then I'm just gonna turn the blind eye. I don't know how, as a parent, you could allow that to happen to your kids. Like,
Exactly. I would kill for my child. You know what I'm saying? And
absolutely.
Cynical One, yes, we are multi-streaming. We streaming from Brenda, we're streaming from Payday, and of course myself. So make sure y'all subscribe to all three of us. Okay.
Make sure y'all hit those like buttons for us as well.
So you know what scared me? Because I always say all money ain't good money, right? And people who do things for money, get them out your circle. I'm scared of those kind of people, right? Because if you can be bought, like to do stuff for money, you'll get me knocked off, right?
Well, yeah.
So for parents who will sit back and turn a blind eye, because you can't tell me that these parents at some point weren't aware. Like, you don't know what, if my child there, I'm there. Where they at, I'm at. They under a certain age, and I know that they don't know the wiles of this industry, and I know this industry can eat them alive. I don't want you in the house with no other man. I don't care who he is in this industry. I don't know him.
Let alone living with these people outside of my house. There is no proposition that they could ever proposition me with to allow them to have free reign with my kid. Wherever they go, I will be there.
Right.
And it's a lot of generational curse in our demographic, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of these parents probably was did the same way by their parents.
But it's even like the European people, they do it way more often than black. We gotta think about Britney Spears, we gotta think about Hannah Montana, we gotta think about Justin Bieber.
It go all the way back to the beginning of time. Shirley Temple, all that shit.
Justin Timberlake, all of the Disney, everybody who was on Disney, child, everybody who was on Nickelodeon as a kid. This wasn't just one or two kids. This is all of them. All of them were getting groomed and exposed to certain things. And you can tell who kept going with things by how they elevated in the industry. If they went from Disney into the main industry, into the big industry, and had longevity, that means that they were still intertwined with what's going on in the industry.
Right. And I think a lot of people need to understand, because I feel like people get confused and think the casting couch is just for acting. No, the casting couch is across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use those casting calls to send around too. Like, do you like the look of this kid? Do you? Yeah.
That's so sick. And y'all know that stuff gets under my skin. I hate it. Right. Look, come on, Auntie Fee. Auntie Fee's on it today. She said Mickey was a man, not a mouse.
Okay.
While Disney was living vicariously through that motherfucker. Okay.
Just sick pedophiles and oh God. Yeah, perfect peace. Facts. But the thing is that even if the parents can't wait, be there, be more involved. Nobody's taking my kid into a room that I can't be in, things like that, because my mother didn't play that. We couldn't even stay over at nobody's house. We're not playing these kind of games, you know.
And it's still a minor. Like, it's no room you're gonna be able to put me out of.
Right.
As long as my kid is a minor, I'm there. Okay.
And then what's crazy is how they try to, demonize the parents that are there. Like, oh, you're a momager. Oh, you're this or that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well.
They try to get rid of them. And the kid doesn't even, listen. Because I often wonder, how much does Brandy and Ray J's mom and dad know?
Exactly.
Turn the blind eye.
Because they was everywhere. Because they was
everywhere, okay? Mm-hmm. But they still found a way to elevate and advance. So what did they turn a blind eye to?
Exactly. Right. And let's not even get on Usher Mama.
Okay, hey Michelle. Even Brashear Gray, the one from Empire. Look how screwed up he is now from Will Smith and Jada.
Yeah.
Will and Jada still raising themselves. They are a hot damn mess.
But they're part of the industry groomer. It's certain houses you go into, entering into the industry. Like, it's certain people that they will house you with. And Jada and Will, a lot go through their house. Okay? Yeah. A lot. It wasn't by chance that the one she had the entanglement was there. He was there for his own reasons and on some issues.
That was it.
Jaden emancipated himself and ran for and never looked back. And them his parents.
It's no telling what he's seen, okay?
Or
Yeah.
was made to do, and was made. I'm saying and was made to do. You know, he forced him to kiss him in the mouth every damn interview they was together.
God. Ugh.
Like, listen, it's crazy, okay?
It's really sick. And you know what? I'm hoping that some of this exposure does something. I mean, who knows? I mean, at least to the point where people think that they aren't untouchable, to curb some of this sickness, right? Because I'll touch on this briefly. 19 and counting, that's a whole nother sick deviant situation over there. I don't know if you know about them, the Duggars.
Yeah.
That
was
right.
Sick. That was very sick.
Another sick situation there with these deviants, right? These people get in front of these cameras and money, and that family was a whole sick, warped, deviant, sex assaulting, incestuous, like travesty. Like it's just a damn mess. And I'm glad that they got exposed.
People do anything for fame, especially people who have felt like, you know, during childhood they've been slighted or felt like they didn't get the attention they deserve.
Right.
Validation. And some people don't give a fuck how they get it.
Yes, perfect.
Even all the parents that was on the R. Kelly documentary. I'm like, I mean, y'all are fighting now, but how did you even let your kids out your grass to where you don't know where they are?
Right.
They know.
How did it even get to that point?
They signed the fucking permission slip.
Exactly. And it's crazy because if a grown ass man is trying to meet with my 11-year-old alone, that would be weird. Okay.
Absolutely. And this is my thing. You know, everybody always wants technology. Update this, upgrade that. Well, technology equals no privacy. So the times of hiding the shit that you're doing is gone. That shit is easy research.
Mm-hmm. Very easy to get to. You can pull an affidavit from somebody's records and be able to pull everything that's been on their phones.
Yep. And I mean, it's obvious that because okay, if my phone, if I can say, "Hey Siri," and it answers me,
baby, everybody listening, payday.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my phone just like answered me. Like y'all couldn't hear, but it really just answered me. So my thing is, listen, you think it's only trying to hear that command?
Y'all need to get them hoes about your house. Alexa and Siri. Can't none of them hoes come in my house.
But you know what though? AI terrifies me.
Them hoes is not allowed in my house. Okay.
But AI terrifies me. It literally
does. It does get kind of scary. Like, look, not to be, should I bring this up? Okay, whatever. We're in the multi sector. You can put whole songs together.
I really hate that. Okay.
I
know you don't like it, E, because that's lazy.
And that's why I say it terrifies me, because you could not at this point, you don't even need the artist. You can just put whatever words you want together, tell it to AI, and AI will produce a whole song for you. So
I mean, the artists want the death of the artist, because now, back in the day, you had to get those deals. You had to do the footwork. We had to pass out our CDs. We had to really be workers. You know what I'm saying? And now you don't need none of that. They have bypassed the true creative person, and that goes for all things creative, like art.
That's why I say it terrifies me, because for that reason, because you can use AI to publish books now. All I have to do is just tell them a few words of what I want included in the story, and it'll write me a whole freaking story. Okay, not only that, but you can take somebody's image and likeness. You can make them say whatever you want them to say. You can make them do whatever you want them to do. You're going to see a lot of cases where a lot of people is going to be saying, oh my God, that's not me, that's AI. Then you're going to see some cases where it's not AI, it's really the person. But you know what I'm saying? They trying to say that it's AI.
Because if y'all look at IG or, just any social media platform, AI is getting better and better. It used to be to where you could actually like look at things and be like, oh, that's not real. But you really cannot tell if you know how to really edit. And you know this coming from an editor. If you really know how to edit, that shit look real. In a
It
minute,
does.
they're gonna be
That's
having
why
press
it
conference.
terrifies me. Man, they're making animals with AI. Shit you ain't never seen. You don't know if it's real or fake. Like, it's really gonna screw us up for a few years.
Showing historical pictures. They already lied to us about that. You should that should be against like their fucking law.
Anytime you can make a Tupac song in 2024, that's scary.
Okay. And one last thing I want to say is y'all need to understand how really dangerous it is because, and it's probably already been done. But as far as the government, they're gonna be having press conferences and all type of televised things. It's not even them people. It's strictly AI. They don't even got to be there no more.
That is insane.
You see, they already doing it with concerts, with the holograms and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's almost like, bro, it's crazy. They're gonna start having AI concerts and some more shit.
They already do.
Listen,
they've had Tupac come. They've had Whitney Houston. I believe they had Michael Jackson. But the hologram concerts are already being done.
that's insane, bro. Like literally, it's like they're just trying to like cut out needing real people.
Yep. Exactly.
Look, I use AI all the time. I'm working on creating my own GPT. Lord, I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm not a fan of AI. Not to listen. It's way more advanced than we can see right now. Is what I know, and it's gonna get scary for some years. Like I could just feel that coming.
Yep.
So I don't know if y'all want me to press play or you want me to get back into the interview.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
Maybe hypothetically speaking, something downstairs would be happening. You know, like.
No, that's not hypothetically speaking. That was happening.
Okay. Yeah, but did he go out of his way to hide that from J-Lo? Or would J-Lo?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did.
So then
he went out. A lot of, you know, him and old boy had these little skinny white girls downtown on 4th and 5th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
In their apartment buildings down there. And let's just say he's affiliated with basketball and football at the same time. They had their little skinny British white girls down there. And when they would meet up with each other, they would say, yo, how your little white girl doing? He's like, how your little white girl doing?
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So that was going on. He was trying to hide it from J-Lo, but like you said, why are you even doing this and being so reckless?
When I tried to tell him, when I tried to tell the guy who's with them all the time, Paul them, I said, yo, Paul, do you know those private eyes are following us? You understand? He said, Gee, what are you talking about? I said, they them private eyes, bro. I work for a private eye company, Elite Investigations. So I know some of the guys, I know some of the people, I know how they get down, how they work, whatever. You know, I'm an investigator myself. So I said, yo, dog, Puff got private eyes. They got private eyes following them. So I thought that it was Miss Lopez or it was, what's his guy name? Benny Medina, who hated Puff. They was trying to get J-Lo away from him.
Why?
So I thought he hired people to follow Puff to get dirt on him about so they can give to Jennifer.
Were you right? Was it?
Well, I know I was right.
You wanted me to pause it, Eve?
Yeah, I wanted to comment on Rob Zilla TV comment. Because that's exactly what we were saying. He said that he used AI all the time. No, wait, that's not the one. It's the one after that. Hold on. Oh, he said he used, I don't know, did he delete it? Well, he said that he was an artist and an engineer. And being an artist and an engineer and doing these things and the money that we get from that, that's what we're saying. That check no longer gonna come to us because they can do it with AI. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Now watching Gene Deal do this, I feel like, what do y'all feel about all these opportunists who basically, I won't say necessarily Gene Deal, but a lot of these people who never was always in the background, right? Now all of a sudden y'all got all these tell-alls and all these stories. How do y'all feel about these opportunists?
I mean, I'm in between the opportunists and just capitalizing off of a situation that you were involved in. You know what I mean?
And nobody will ever get to all these people. So it's overstimulation at this point. It's too many people at one time coming out trying to tell their stories. Some of them are going to get lost in like the way, because it's like, who are you now? How did you now? So what is this?
Right.
Okay. And I know a lot of people feel safe to come out now, but in the context of things, it's like people are getting lost. It's just so many stories, so many lives affected, because like who he was dealing with, like it extends to them now. So even if people weren't directly affected by Puffy, they're indirectly affected. Because now it's the Rick Rosses, and now they talk about DJ Khaled's and all these other Neos and these other psychos who were involved in this bullshit. Like,
yeah, I agree. I just wanted to see what y'all thought.
Yep, I agree as well.
I guess you were right. He ain't make it too hard, right? The first day, the guy was like, let me not turn in my reports for another week, so at least I can get paid. The first day, they found evidence. Like, he woke up and they were like, wow. Okay. So do you think that it was the charges that came up from that shooting in the nightclub that truly was the final nail in the coffin? Or do you think there was all that stuff in the background going down between Jennifer and Puff that she was just like, I'm tapping out?
Well, first of all, I know for a fact that her mother hated him. And when somebody as big as her and she loves her mother like she do, and if they got a disdain taste in their mouth for your man, shit ain't gonna work.
Why do you think she hated Diddy? Because he was black?
Absolutely not, BT.
If you know, you know.
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. She may not never admit it, but all the conversations they had, all the things he was trying to buy her mother and everything, give her mother, she wouldn't accept not one gift.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum payments can literally keep you in debt for decades.
Leave alone before I fight you. He just won't let up on Cardi B. Leave Cardi B alone.
You wanted me to pause it?
Wait, BDB has been on Cardi B's top. He feels a way about her. He's mad. He don't be mad because Offset cheated. Okay.
Right.
All right. Now I was over there. I was over there on his community wall on his tippy top. Okay. The audacity of you, BDB. I'm gonna be right back over there. Not child. Okay. Behind the bar. Excuse you. Okay. Anyway, let me stop messing with him.
Okay.
Because Diddy, to your knowledge, did him and J-Lo ever get handsy or have any of the issues that Kim have?
Never.
Yeah,
never.
So he treated her like he was cheating, but it never got handsy or anything like that.
No. It never got handsy. I got a funny part in my second book about one night that she was about to go on some girls, and
now how many books is he gonna drop?
I don't want no more. I don't want it. He's been live and recounted 800 stories. I just think after this is done, people are just leave us alone with this.
Oversaturate.
Yes, it's too much. And the victims are going to be coming out with tell-all books. You know what I mean? Everybody is going to be like, it's too much.
Hey, time.
Yeah, definitely a lot. And he said in my second book, like, how many books are you gonna write, Gene? All of it wasn't in the first
right
one.
And Gene, you weren't behind the scenes, and that's really that people are waiting to be really like, who's on those tapes. Like, we're finding out what's in the baby oil because Ant broke that like a week ago. You understand? Because he word on the street got back to him that those weren't just baby oil, because the FBI is not confiscating 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What do they need that for? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So it's definitely something was in there, and they were, using that thing to put it. Literally blows you into a sleep, and it takes your memory. You don't remember things that happen. Salute, boss lady. Hey, baby.
Exactly. Hey, boss lady.
Now he has control of those people. So that's just psychopath.
That's insane. But yeah, I just wanted to know how many goddamn books he was gonna write and how many interviews he gonna have. Next, he gonna be having a movie coming out, y'all.
They're and another thing is, nigga.
Not and another thing is.
She just got so frustrated. She just said, "Yo, Gene," and I wanted to help her, but I couldn't. I couldn't at the time.
Wait.
But she wasn't. It wasn't because she was putting his hands on her, nothing like that. But they was just trying to. She said they were trying to make her look like Susie Sausage Head.
Okay, so explain that. I don't understand the story.
We were. J-Lo wanted him to. I mean, Ms. Lopez wanted him to go to this event with her. He told her all kind of lies, like he had to do this and he had to do it, which was a bunch of bullshit. He didn't want to go to the event. So she came back. She had this lavender, I think purplish lavender dress on, had this big ass 3-carat diamond ring. Could be 9 carats or whatever like that. She was gorgeous. And I was like, yo, this nigga would go to her with her. I'm like, yo. So she came back to the studio and he had all these girls up in the studio. And then this chick said, I think she overheard, Ms. Lopez overheard the girl say, oh, she ain't all that. And they was like scallywags, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, compared to Jen. So then Gene was like, yo, Pop was like, yo, Gene, take Jennifer home, man, and bring her back to the studio. So I go home. That's when she told me the story about, yo, Gene, I take care of everybody who take care of me. You know what I'm saying? Oh. And I was like, yo, Ms. Lopez, I'm not at liberty to say anything about Mr. Cohn's business, but I will tell you that when we came back from doing what we was doing, those girls was already in the studio. But then she was like, yo, Gene.
I know she felt like smacking you. Those girls were already there.
But she hit me with that. But Gene, you and I both know ain't nobody in that studio unless Puff give permission from them to be up in there.
Yeah.
Ms. Lopez, I don't know what to say. I didn't hear him make any situations like that. And you have to talk to him that when you get back to the office with him. She went upstairs. She jumped out the car, and I was supposed to go upstairs with her. She just jumped out the car and jetted on me. She got her ponytail in. She put the grease on her ears, came back in the jeans and the sneakers. And Ms. Lopez had turned into Jenny from the block.
Okay. I guess she was about it.
Huh?
I guess she was about it. So then what happened?
Then she came back to the studio.
Got her rings on.
Yeah. She came back to the studio, and don't you know, Puff had got them girls out of there and gave her a song that was supposed to be for Faith.
What song was it?
I forgot, but the song was supposed to be for Faith or Sherry Dennison. It was for Faith or Sherry Dennison. Puff gave it to her. They worked on her and the writer worked on the song for a little bit, and then we all went to we went to a club called Eugene's. Okay. Beyonce was there, Kelly Rowland, Michelle, Dame Dash, Jay-Z, Jennifer, and myself.
Oh, really?
At the club called Eugene's. I was the only bodyguard. I'm like, yo, what are y'all bodyguards? This nigga,
Tierra said she ain't going. She said, I don't believe that at all.
Can I tell you at this point, because
songs that were meant for other people, period. They gave J-Lo a lot of songs that was meant for other people.
That's true.
I mean, Ashanti was singing on one of J-Lo's songs. It's not J-Lo singing.
Reference track, because she could never.
Right. So you know what I have to say at this point, you know, and y'all can tell me if you feel the same way. Jean is starting to sound like a tattletale girl. Like Jean, I'm sorry.
Get out of my head. Like, gossip.
I can't. Like Jean, hush, pumpkin, hush. Like some of the things, okay. Like I can take, but like Jean, at this time, you just sound like you a girl gossiping. Like, what is we doing, baby? Well, what's happening here?
That's why I had asked you about the opportunists, because don't get me wrong, if you're a part of something and you lived things through your life, you are definitely at liberty to talk about whatever you want to talk about. To me, it's the intention and the time.
Yeah, like what is we doing?
Yeah,
like,
we definitely had on Tim's and Jenny from the Block.
I just refuse to believe that J. Lopez. I mean, she grew up in the Bronx, right? Facts. I'm with Tierra on that. Like, Jean, shut up. Tierra's funny. Like, Jean, hush, because now I'm sounding like a girl.
Hella people's songs, and you know that's why Mariah still to this day. And you know I love to use that. You know me, Pede. I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? That's why Mariah Carey still feel that way about Jennifer Lopez. They gave a lot of songs to her, but I think I kind of agree with Tierra about the Tims.
Wait, Tierra, he watched an episode of In Living Color and mixed it with, yeah, for real. Because like, that lady ain't going to fight nobody. Like Jean, hush. Like certain things.
No,
like,
I don't believe she did all of that. I'm saying she did put some Tims on in that video.
Right, but she wasn't going nowhere to fight. She is not hood for real. Fast facts,
Now she was practicing for enough.
Like
I always felt like J-Lo switched with whatever type of man she was with. Like if she was with a Spanish man, then she was a Spanish woman. If she was with a black man, then she tried to be a black woman. Like,
did you say Spanish in there? Because remember she was with old boy that she got the kids back.
Her baby daddy, yeah. But mind you, after P. Diddy, he did it for all black men everywhere because she ain't never been back with he ain't never been back with another brother. Sick of you motherfuckers, okay? She'd had enough. Well,
they try to discredit Jaguar Wright every time she opened her mouth. I don't know where you be.
Nah, Jaguar Wright
just can't.
A lot of facts for sure.
Right, me too. I believe that.
Now, so she really be going in.
Right, Tierra. You think that's what he did? Perfect Peace. I think Jean likes telling these stories. Since from the first minute I got turned, put on to Jean. Jean loves telling these stories. He likes being a part of the story. He likes feeling like he's a huge part of the stories. Right? He likes this.
Well, BT said it's true. Absolutely as well. We all know that Beyonce is still a song quick.
I believe Gene's, he collected, but Gene wants his attention. He absolutely does. So.
So if y'all saying she telling the truth, why can't he be doing the same? Well, nobody put out a cease and desist on his ass either. I haven't seen him in any lawsuits. Oh
yeah, he's very much extra. They don't, and he don't need to be in anything. They don't need to subpoena Gene. Just go to his channel.
Yeah, what I was saying is he definitely exercised some shit, and like he's just a storyteller at this point. But I don't think he's necessarily doing a whole lot of lying. He probably added details, but no lie, he should have been ran out of shit to say. For as little as he was around.
Yeah. Now Gene, you're talking about J-Lo putting on Tim's and Pony. No, Gene, abort mission.
He just up here bold-faced lying or anything like that. I just asked the blanket question of when does it change from opportunist to telling your story?
Right.
Definitely.
And now people want to hear from him, where before people weren't really like listening to him because he always had a story and something to tell. To the part that I feel like Gene embellishes a little, but I think he puts 20 on 10. I do. But does he tell, is the base core of his stories factual? Yes, I do believe that. But also, he can only go past he can't go past the door in terms of telling the story because he wasn't there.
Fact. And a lot of stuff that he says is really kind of on the surface, but he just romanticizes it so much, you know, and makes it into a story. But really, it's kind of really surface level shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not nothing.
That we all have heard before.
Not only that, it's about clicks and views as well. So when somebody's trying to come get an exclusive video, an interview from you, then you feel like, oh, what have I not talked about? I never talked about putting those Timbs on, going back to the studio. Like, it's like to that point for me with him.
Yes, I've never. So now we do have 8 through 18. What's it? Do we want to do this tomorrow morning? When do we want to come back? Do you guys want to hear 8 through 18 tomorrow? Boss lady, did you hear the chapters? Oh my
God. Boss lady, please rewind, girl. You gotta hear chapters 1 through 7.
Yes, Gene is a perfect fit for the multi-sector. He's a talker. Wait, Payday and E. Nicole, I don't know if you know, but when Lack first came into the sector, Lack was a storyteller. Did y'all know this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lack can tell some stories. Mysterious thought he was a little off the beaten path. You understand? He came in and he was up there much around the time when what's the pimp's name? Sorry. What's his name? Fulfillment. Him and Fulfillment would be on. Imagine having Lack and Fulfillment on a panel together. But they have been on a panel together in a lot of instances recently. But they were both up there, and Lack would tell us stories, you know, long-winded stories, much like Gene. And it was interesting. And at the same time, we said, "Who the hell is this man?" Mm-hmm. Good old Lack.
Good old big Lack.
And he opened up the projects on us and turned it up a notch. But yeah.
That's funny.
Hey, Gas Man. Yeah, we believe Gene, but Gene, don't be girly. Like Gene he's going into gossip territory. Like we don't just stick to the facts, Gene. Because I'm listening to him at the end of this, and it's too much, Gene.
He's like a 13-year-old girl right now.
Right. I thought it was me. I'm glad y'all agree because I was like, Gene, wrap this up.
And he doesn't for some time.
And another thing is, nigga, when he get done, he gonna be like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell them. And another thing.
Right.
Girl, he probably didn't already had his next interview after this one. Okay, Tom?
Okay, it's sitting in the shelf. It's ready to be.
But it's up to y'all. So do y'all want to reconvene tomorrow? Do y'all want to finish listening to the interview? It's up to y'all what y'all want to do.
Yeah, let's come back tomorrow when I'm refreshed. Cause baby,
no, boy,
that shit was attractive.
So I will try my best. I think I could do. We'll see if we want to do all of like 8 through 18 tomorrow. Just a minute, yeah. My tongue started getting tired today reading this out loud, but yes. Chapter 8 starts with Kadada, and we know Kadada was the woman who dated Tupac. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. That's what we start off with tomorrow, and we'll see what time is good for everybody tomorrow morning. Maybe like around 10 or something. But we'll convene. I'll speak to the ladies and we'll figure it out, and then we can watch the second part of this interview, where we see if Gene starts putting pigtails in his hair. Because Gene, what are you even doing?
For real.
Yes, go back and read Boss Lady. You will be entertained. That is Quincy Jones' daughter, fact, Bishop Kadada. And she's a nice looking woman, and she dated Tupac, and there were rumblings about that. Tupac got turned out when he got to Oakland. What that mean, Boss Lady? What's that mean? Turned out. I'm not hating on Gene. Gene's necessary. He's Gene is necessary, but also Gene not too much. Oh, thank you, BT.
BT. Yeah, even though I was a little late, I know I'm like being late.
That's okay. You added to the commentary, and it was good. And tomorrow it'll be better because listen, if we got through these sex-filled first 7 chapters, I don't even know what the rest of these chapters is going to be. I'm scared, y'all.
We can get into J-Lo and Shine, and I know that's in the book.
Oh, baby, this is about to get so interesting. Like, because some of that stuff took me by surprise. Like the Mary J. Mary, not you. I'll be sure. And y'all had to. It was so hard for me not to laugh.
For the train.
Okay, I see the back. That took me by surprise. Like,
no, Mary been a fun girl.
Ooh wee.
Yeah, I told Brenda I wasn't surprised. Well, I said that it was probably her initiation into the industry.
And she also went to go get people for Diddy. You know, the people coming out on her too, the little boys.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh wee.
Yeah, I've heard whispers of that too.
Okay. All right, y'all. So are we ready to? We're gonna let y'all get out of here because we've been holding out. It's almost 5 hours, baby. But it was a good time. All right. Tomorrow we're gonna come back and we're gonna do hopefully chapters 8 through 19 to the end. And it should be interesting, y'all. Listen, come already with your beverages, your stomach, peppermints, or your Tums, whatever you need. Okay. We don't know what's going to be in the rest of these chapters of this book, but we promise it's going to be interesting. Yes, thank you, Nene. Thank you to Payday, E. Nicole. It was a good time.
Salute to everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Not damn New Yorkers. D Shep, you watch yourself. If I didn't know he made his best albums when he was in Oakland, I'm not playing with y'all. Listen, as a fuck you to Diddy on our way out, we'll take y'all with a little Jada kiss, y'all. Y'all, listen, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Stay tuned to see. You may go live on Payday's page, so just stay tuned, y'all. Just look for one of us, okay? We'll probably all be live streaming, but just look to see the live setup for tomorrow, and we'll all share it out. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us. 4 hours and 48 minutes on the clock. Let's go out with a little Jada kiss.
I'm glad you did it after you already suffered defeat.
You panicking, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. You panicking, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
I swear it couldn't be sweeter. Life's a bitch depending on how you treat her. Might get rich, it's guaranteed you gon' die, but you might get missed. Maybe 2 or 3 hours till they like they splits. And that coke will get you a long time. When I let them know the dope is out, it's like America Online. Wise is awoken, and you know they say that you deserved it whenever you die with your... I still hold a title, cause I'm in the hood like them little motorcycle. Stick up kids hopping out with the old rifles, just doing shit for nothing. So I'm just like you, the word that niggas wanna murk you is in the air. Double shot of yak, purple is in the air. And I'm not cocky, I'm confident. When you tell me I'm the best, I mean, come on, what are we doing here? I could have been in the bed watching 100.